Hello, Stephanie.
Beth?
How are you?
Very well, thank you. What in the world are you doing here?
May I come in, Stephanie?
Why?
Because you're well-bred with a sense of etiquette. Things we Valley girls know next to nothing about.
Good point. Come in.
Thank you. Well, the place is as lovely as ever.
Thank you.
But a little emptier now, isn't it?
Why are you here, Beth?
Like you, I was curious.
About what?
What it would be like to see you without the security of Eric at your side.
All the way across the Atlantic just to gloat?
Well, I think I had some of that coming.
You still blame me for everything that's happened to you.
Eric was mine. That's a fact.
He married me. That's an indisputable fact.
You were pregnant with Ridge. He did what men did in those days.
Are we just going to stand here and dredge up the past?
No, Stephanie, we're not. I came here to commiserate. We've both lost him now. It hurts, doesn't it?
I can assure you it is not going to take me as long to get over him as it did you. It's 30 years since college.
Oh, I've had him since then, Stephanie.
So you say. My troubles really began when you came back into his life, Beth.
Oh, no, your troubles began long before that when you lured him away by getting pregnant. Did you really think a relationship that manipulative would last?
It lasted 30 years. You can't manipulate Eric. If you really knew him, you would understand that. You've wanted him for a very, very long time, and you could never manipulate him away.
My daughter, on the other hand.
Your daughter, on the other hand. She took him away from the both of us. How does that feel?
Do we really need to drag Brooke's name into this?
You mentioned her first. What are your views on her these days?
She's troubled. Alone with a baby.
Alone? She's living with Eric. And thanks to me, she's going to marry him.
How could you allow that?
Well, unlike you, I told you I'm not going to take the rest of my life to get over him.
You're not over him.
If I wasn't, I wouldn't have agreed to the divorce.
Well, there's only one reason for that. You were forced to.
Wrong. Dead wrong. If I wanted to, I could have kept the divorce process going forever. I chose not to, because I'm not going to spend the rest of my life getting over someone.
My, what bravado. You know, Stephanie, it's strangely satisfying to me to see you this way. Suffering, hurting like the rest of us. All this money, and you're down in the gutter bleeding like everyone else.
You should write romantic novels, Beth.
Look at you. Afraid to admit how desperately you really want him back.
If I wanted him back, I wouldn't have divorced him in the first place.
Oh, come on, Stephanie. You'd never turn him over to Brooke, ever. You want him just as badly as I do. Now, what's really on your mind? What's your plan?
You know what I just realized? This must be your worst nightmare come true. Your daughter is going to marry the man that you have loved all of your life. I think that I would do it all over again. Just because of all the things that you've done to me. There never would be a Brooke Logan in my life if it hadn't been for you. I'll tell you something. People in Beverly Hills hurt just as much as people in the valley. It's just a question of breeding. We handle these things with great dignity. You know where the door is. I don't have to show you.
By any chance, have you heard from my mother again?
No.
But you would tell me if you had.
Do you think that I'm lying to you, Brooke?
No, it's just that I envisioned my mother asking you not to tell me she'd been back to see you.
Your mother has not been back. You're certainly not thinking of inviting her to this party tonight, are you?
I just want to know where she is.
And if you found her?
I'd want to talk to her.
What are you going to say to her? My God, Brooke, you're living with the only man that your mother's been in love with all of her adult life.
What would you say in my place, Stephanie?
There aren't words. And frankly, I don't belong in that conversation.
I'm sorry. I just had to ask. It's just that I can't stop thinking about her. Christmas Eve without Mother. She's always been the foundation for our family. And to think that she's out there alone somewhere. It's just too hard for me to handle.
You know, Brooke, I'm really the last person in the world for you to come to for help. And it isn't that I'm not sensitive to this. You know, your mother's pain is a result of your relationship with Eric. It's the exact same pain that I feel. I don't know how to help you. I barely can help myself through tonight.
I'll see you later.
It's cold out here.
Yeah, it is.
Sweetheart, why don't you come inside with everybody? You might feel better.
I should have gone after her the other day when she left here.
Brooke, there's nothing you could have said to her.
She's my mother. We could have worked something out.
Why aren't you inside with your guests?
Mother.
What are you doing out here, Brooke?
Nothing.
You've been crying. Is this how I brought you up, to ignore your guests?
Oh, Mother.
Now, I want you to go back inside and take care of those guests. And don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Please believe me when I tell you. I never wanted to hurt you.
This is not the night to talk about that. Now go on inside.
What about you?
I'm going to your grandmother's. She's expecting me.
Mom, I don't want you to leave town.
I'll be back
When?
when I'm strong enough to come back. Now, I'm running late. You go back inside and take care of those guests and be the daughter I brought you up to be. Merry Christmas, Brooke.